Hello again. This is Melissa Holden, and tell you the truth behind this. I'm back again because I wanted to record another video, and I had my hair the same way and was dressing the same and everything, and on accident I wanted to delete a video, and it was about something I didn't want to talk about, and I deleted it. But on accident it was the wrong one, and so I went to look for the long story short, I'm having to tell the story again. The reason why I'm a little remorseful, normally I love to tell stories, but I'm just terrible at this one. This is a story that would have to take me a couple weeks to write it all out, to get all the nuances and everything right, to tell it properly, because it was such an influential story. And it was one that I wanted recorded, so I'm going to record it. I'm going to tell it again. How hard can it be to tell a story, right? Yeah, that's what I think too. So I've recorded it previously and failed, and I really was like, that's so terrible, but I'll upload it anyway, and I couldn't find it. So no, that's not what happened. I deleted it. I permanently deleted it. So there's no retrieving it. Anyway, the story is how my parents met. It's a story that was it was very interesting to me. But I thought it might be largely because it was told by my father, and he is a very good teller of stories. I lack his skill. But I want it recorded, so I'm going to tell the story anyway. I had to start by giving a little backstory, otherwise it's going to be longer than it already is, because I just tend to ramble, don't I? Okay, the backstory is, see, in my mind I'm hearing all these, not hearing, but I'm imagining all these other really good stories that I should tell. Anyway, my mom cannot smell. She has no sense of smell, which I think maybe she does. Maybe epigenetically it was shut off. I'm not going to speculate anymore on that. That was just part of... Okay, let's get the backstory because I'm already 3 minutes into this and haven't started telling the story. The story is that my father and my mother both grew up in a small farming village in rural Michigan. Okay, we have our map right here, right? Sanilac County is where we lived. And there was a little teeny farm town in the middle of the thumb, Michigan. And that's where the story takes place. So now we have a setting. This is a true story. I'll try to stick with the truth, but the way my dad tells it is so fantastic. I wish that he was the one telling it, not me, but I think I've already said that before. So we're in this community, and my great-grandfather owns a the roads, it's divided up into miles, square miles, and he owned like lots of property on both sides of the roads. And people, when I grew up, other farmers grazed their cattle on land that he owned. But anyway, I could tell a lot of stories about that, but I'm not going to. So my grandfather, paternal grandfather, was a farmer, and he had a barn. They have a cute little farm. And my father was doing his evening chores. This is how the story starts. The setting of it is on this farm. And in those I imagine what he was doing was cleaning out, mucking out the cow shed. I don't know. Either way, he had his grimy chore clothes on, and he was shoveling manure and probably got some on his jeans, because in the story he was wearing jeans and they had manure on them, which would smell terrible, huh? Well, good thing my mom doesn't smell in the story. Okay, I'm telling how they met. My mother, my paternal grandmother, not paternal, my maternal, that's what I said, my maternal grandmother. So my mother's mother was going to my paternal grandmother's house to get her hair done, because my paternal, meaning my father's mother, my paternal grandmother was a beautician, and out of her home she beautified people. Anyway, let's stick with facts. So she was looking at this, she was just wasting her time, and in walks this boy. Cue my father. He finished his chores and he was just coming inside. But he walked in and he had manure pants on, right? So I'm sure he probably reeked, but he jumped so that my mother would not see him. The way he tells it, I don't know if it's true. There was a light shining down on the girl, and he could hear music like a choir of angels singing. Woo! If you can imagine that. And they start talking, and that's how they met. They didn't actually become friends until quite how they didn't know